going on, Independent Threads fam? I've got a fire episode coming out for you today. A guest that I've been watching on the timeline for quite a while. He is somebody who is really just out there in the community trying to impact people. And I said, you know what? We got to get him on here, talk about his collection a bit and what he's got going on. But before I bring him to the stage, make sure you like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, do all the things that you need to do to help this podcast grow. And so that we can get on more guests, learn more about their sneaker collections. And I'm going to be getting back a little bit to the streetwear things, but taking a little pivot. Got some things going on right now with the talking about people's collections, and we'll get it all going. But without further ado, I want to bring your favorite, my favorite, Jay, to the stage. What's going on, Jay? Welcome.
What's good, my guy? What's good? How are you?
I'm doing great, doing great. It's an
Happy,
honor to
happy.
have you on here.
Hey, honor is mine, bro. Happy Friday Eve.
Happy Friday Eve, indeed, indeed. Been thinking about what I'm going to be wearing tomorrow, actually, to make sure I represent that hashtag
Hey,
properly.
no pressure, bro. No pressure. It's not the shoe is not important, man. What's important is you put them on and you post them. That's it.
Absolutely love it. So let's just get right into it.
Let's do it.
You know, first question I ask everybody is roughly how many shoes you think you got in your collection right now?
Roughly, uh, I'd say roughly enough.
Okay.
Enough, and I got enough shoes right now, man. I really don't get caught up in like the quantity of sneakers that I have. But that doesn't take away the respect and admiration that I have for collectors who have been in it, bro, for 15, 20, some 30 plus years.
Yeah.
Some of these collections that I see from people is absolutely incredible. But here I am with my 30 or 35 to like 40 pairs. But honestly, it's a spacing thing for me, man. Like
Yeah.
it's I just can't fit no more, you know. And I've always been very selective, believe it or not, when it comes to what sneakers I add to my collection. I tell people like I have a personal collection because every shoe is personal to me. So I'd say I got enough shoes right now, man.
I love that. I love that. I'm right there with you. I've got about 30 myself. And yeah, I know I can look at each shoe and I know
Hmm.
where I bought it, the story, the why,
Yeah.
everything about it. And yeah, it's just more personal to me now. I'm not knocking the folks that have those massive collections. It's
It's
just
incredible.
that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll end up just buying everything, but right now I've got a process, right?
Yeah, and I mean, there's so much to learn from them too. Like they have
Yeah,
such knowledge, and such just intentionality behind like how they talk and how they connect with sneakers. So can't knock them, man. It's
no,
just I just can't fit that many here.
yeah, absolutely. So I've looked and done a little bit of research, and some of the things I've learned is that your collection is not born out of wanting all the Jordans
Mhm.
or something from Adidas like all the Sambas or anything like that. Kind of what were those sneakers that really got you thinking like I, I love sneakers.
Yeah,
I need to have certain ones. Like tell us a little bit about that.
yeah, and I don't just want to just like point out one, two, because
Okay.
I swear like this constantly changes for
Yeah.
me. But the sneakers that really got me going like back in the day were my BKs. I used to wear a lot of British Knights too back in the
Hey, with the
day.
pockets.
With dude, I had an all white pair with the chrome BK on
Yeah.
it, and man, those were crazy. Fat Farms were wild too. Like I had the
Yep.
all whites, and then me and all my friends would change out the laces. So we would put like the fat chunky laces, and we would like
Nice.
match the laces with our shirts, and like
Hey, there,
that was a whole thing. Shacks early on too. Like when we used to go to Payless, me and my moms and my brothers like buying Shacks back in the day where it was a lot of fun. And then the Air Force One, man, like the Air Force One, that crispy white pair, like when you had that pair on, and if you saw somebody with that pair on, they were it, you know. So
For
those are the
sure.
pairs that kind of stand out for me, you know, at least early on.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you talk about Payless. I
Yeah.
remember, man, same thing. My parents were like, no, we ain't going. If we went to the mall, what's on sale, right? Or yeah, it was the Payless because it just is what it is. And I think that's a common thing for many folks is you just get in where you fit in, right? And
Yeah.
you might like those things from afar. Like I remember the basketball team, I think they recently re-released them, but they were the Team Jordans that
Mm,
had
fire.
they were like white on the front and back, but then had the colors through the middle,
Okay.
almost looked like a strap. I
Okay.
forget what the name is. Maybe somebody comment down below which
Yeah.
Team Jordans
Yeah.
those
Let
were.
us
But
know.
like I was watching them from afar, like, dang, they all got Jordan. You know, uh, as everybody knows, or many people probably know you from your hashtag Fire Fridays and going to the schools
Yeah.
and working with the kids, cleaning their shoes, having them color. Maybe one day you can inspire them. Maybe get some designers to come and talk to them about how they do it, things like
Yeah.
that. But through the through this
Yeah.
program,
Mhm.
5 years, I believe you just
Yeah.
posted
Yeah,
it.
man.
I
Five
believe it's
humble
your fifth
years.
year.
Yeah.
What has been, kind of the best thing to come out of this program, this process?
Yeah. Man, the best thing, the thing that I always lean on and go back to is or are the student outcomes and the relationships that I get to build with them. And it's just an incredible feeling knowing that I have such impact on such young people. You
Yeah,
know, as somebody who struggled as a youth, like having that person who like believed in me, having that person who thought I was like dope just because I was at school, like man, like I would have loved that. And
yeah,
you know, building relationships with these kids. I mean, just last year, 800 kids, and that's just last year that I was able to connect with just through Fire Fridays, through the sneaker cleaning and conversations. And you know, like you mentioned, I'm wrapping up year 5 in the next couple weeks, and
right.
you know, seeing their smiles and them getting so excited for me to come to their schools, like it's tough, bro. Like I try to go in very lightly, very kind of like chill, low key, but these kids
Yeah,
get
yeah,
so excited and they want me to clean their shoes again. So it's a frenzy sometimes, man. But you know,
yeah,
kids need positive influences,
yeah,
especially early on. I feel like right now we're planting seeds during early development that will set them off for like the rest of their adulthood. So on top of the relationships, I'd say also being able to bring my passion to work.
mhm,
This has been like super important for me as a mental health provider because I never feel like I'm working, bro. Like I never feel like I get up and I'm just like, dang, I gotta go talk with kids, or dang, I gotta go hang. Like it brings me joy and love to do
right,
it. So I know it's still work technically, but you know, cleaning shoes for me is fun, it's calming, and it was also my way to take care of myself as a staff on campus. Because I'll be honest, man, like you know, being able to slow down and reset at the end of the week, at the end of my work week, it
yeah.
really keeps me going, man. So those are the best things that come from Fire Fridays for me.
Man, I love it. I love that, the kids, I'm sure at first they're like, what's this guy doing? But now they're lining up, wanting to talk to you, get their
Yep.
shoes clean. But then, like you said, it's your way to end the week and
Mhm.
and just get reset and ready to take the next week on. And I
Yep.
love that. Love
Yep.
that. So when you're there, you're talking to the kids, and I'm sure they're asking you all kinds of wild stuff.
Oh,
But
man.
you know, do they think that you have just this insanely large collection?
Bro, they don't think, they know that I have that. Apparently I have a big collection, and you know, but honestly, like I know I'm really transparent with my students about my
Mm,
collection. And I tell them like you don't need a crazy amount of sneakers. Like you don't
yeah,
need every shoe. Like you only got 2 feet, you know, you just
that's
need the
true.
shoe that you got on, and
Mm,
appreciate them for the ways that their sneakers carry them each and every day at school, outside of school. Like, you know, I like to use that metaphor. You know, our sneakers carry us, you know, they carry our
yeah,
steps. So I tell students, I don't have a big collection. I don't need a big collection. The only sneaker you need is the one that's on your feet. So
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. And I'm sure when you tell them, no, 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 really, yes, I got a few shoes, but it's not. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
Mr. J.
they don't be hearing me. They tell me like, show me pictures, show me pictures. I'm like, oh man, come on.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So you're being very mindful of what shoes you get, how many shoes you get, things like that. But, you know, is there a shoe that, you'd love to have or you're chasing or, maybe is that, grail or something like that that you
Yeah.
would just love to have in your collection?
Yeah, no, and I'm honestly happy, man. Like I'm happy with the collection that I have right now. I think that the shoes that I've added along the years have been very intentional. I've
Mhm.
been pretty selective, like I mentioned earlier, with what I do add to my collection. But if I were to speak on a few things that I am chasing right now, if it's anything, it's really about I'm trying to complete like my OG1
Okay.
collection. So I'm a big fan of the OG colorways because I feel like they resonate with me because they speak to the like the originality that I try to bring,
Okay.
whenever whether it's online, at the schools that I'm at, I always try to just be my authentic self. So the OG ones, I think I need 4 of the metallic pack still left. And then, believe it or not, I need a pair of UNC ones. And I know that the reimagined ones just dropped,
Yep.
but I'm so annoying sometimes, bro. Like I just like the OG look. I just like the OG
Yep.
look better.
Yep.
Although I appreciate the reimagined line, I think they're so fire, but I just want the OG look. So definitely the OG ones. That's what I'm looking to finally chase or complete. And then
Okay.
the fours, sorry, being able to finish my OG fours. I just need
Okay.
the white cement. So after this, I'm gonna hit up my
Couple more
raffles.
days.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna hit on my raffles. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, but I'm hoping to just be able to hit locally.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of the stores out here, they haven't posted nothing yet. Like
Hmm.
they posted like hours before, like, hey, they're available, like come. But yeah, that's where I'm at with what I'm chasing.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Well, good luck this weekend. I hope you get it.
We gonna get them, bro. We gonna get
There you go. There you go. So would you say that your collection is complete? I mean, yes, you said, you want to get maybe the metallic ones,
them.
get these white cements, but outside of that, would you say it's complete? Will you ever say it's complete?
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. And I'm gonna give myself like the grace and compassion because I don't want to say, yeah, one day it will, because I feel like there's always gonna be that one pair that keeps me coming back for more. So I want to
Okay.
give myself that flexibility before I say, yeah, there is gonna be a day where my collection is done. But like I mentioned again, I if it is gonna be done, I need to complete my OG1 set. I want to complete my OG4s.
Mhm.
But I think we got to give ourselves room to kind of slow down while also enjoying the purchases that we make,
Yeah.
and enjoy what we have in our closets already. So I think there may be a time where I say, okay, I'm gonna slow down a bit. I'm gonna enjoy the ones I got, and then
Yeah.
there's gonna be like an unheard of pair that just like, man, like I need that.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah, I
Right.
don't think it'll ever be complete.
Yeah, no, and then as you were talking about that, I was thinking, man, one day, like the shoes we have now, we're wearing them, but 10, 15, 20 years, like they're not going to be wearable. So we got to
I
get ones to
know.
replace them.
Yeah.
So I read an interview that you did recently. I believe it was with the Urban Syndicate.
Yeah. Shout
Um,
out, man. Shout out my
yeah,
guy right there.
the great interview. Also, if you haven't had a chance to read that yet, find it. I'll try to link it in the show notes. But great interview. But in that, you had mentioned that you want Fire Fridays to maybe grow into a nonprofit or a business or something like that. So,
Mhm.
as you go along this journey, how can the community support you more than it already has? Because I know you
Yeah.
got a lot of support out there,
Yeah.
but what else can we do to help Fire Fridays become what you want it to be?
Yeah, and man, this is the one thing that I continue to struggle with. Like, it quite honestly, like it's just being transparent. Like I've been really struggling with that because I feel like I've already won in a way because
Yeah.
I've gotten to like connect with so many kids over these last 5 years.
Absolutely.
And hearing stories from students, teachers, and many of you guys, right, where I feel like I've done something really special for so many kids. And but I do think like the nonprofit route would be, the route that I would take, because anything and everything from Fire Fridays, like I wanted to go directly to impact students and communities. But I'm still working through plenty right now. I mean, just letting you guys know, I'm going back to school for my master's. So being
Hey,
able to, yeah, man, it's a long time coming. So breaking news.
yeah,
But balancing work, school, and personal relationships like will be taking up a lot of my time. But I do
sure.
dream of one day legitimizing like a curriculum or a program where more kids can benefit from people who enjoy and love sneakers. I mean, the shoes are with us every day, right? And like I
Yeah,
mentioned earlier, our sneakers carry us, and sometimes just like our shoes, we just need a little care and love. So that's like the metaphor that is going to continue to push me forward in the right direction. And as you mentioned, I'm just so thankful for anyone who continues to offer guidance and support as I'm learning what's next for Fire Fridays. But seeing everyone just run with the hashtag, bro, like posting their kicks and giving flowers to one another, that's support in and of itself. And it's what Fire Fridays are all about. It's not about the shoes, it's about the person who puts them on. So
absolutely. Yeah. So when I got to ask, when Fire Fridays, you started doing it,
uh,
what are your notifications like on Fridays? You just have to put the phone down and just leave it?
yeah. So what's funny about, so here's what I love about Twitter, like that you could like all you got to do is type the hashtag on
Yeah.
like search on the search bar, and everything will just kind of be there.
Yeah.
So on Twitter, like it's so easy to find people who are using it,
Hmm.
and just reposting it, like
Yeah.
retweeting it, and sending just a little positivity and love like to whoever it is that posted it. So unless like people are tagging me and like adding like at Jay Guidos, and then that's when it gets kind of crazy. But
Okay.
it's manageable, man, and I enjoy it. I really do enjoy seeing people rock what they love. Instagram's a whole different story. That one's just nonstop on Fridays. It's a little bit harder to like post on there and repost. And
Yeah. Yeah.
on IG, I actually do like a Thursday highlight where I select 20 people and I post them on my IG, and I just like give them flowers, say thank you for joining in. But
Mhm.
it's not as crazy as you would think. But getting the screenshots and all that, that's the real work right there. And getting people to send you their pictures, that's tough. But I enjoy it, man. It's all fun at the end of the day. Like if it's something you love and enjoy, it shouldn't feel like, oh my god, like so many notifications. It's so much fun seeing it,
It's just,
man.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, before we get out of here, let everybody know how they can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. So on Twitter, I'm at Jay Guidos, and then on IG, I am at Jay's Fire Fridays. Tap in, have some fun. Come for the shoes, but stay for the authentic relationships, man. That's what it's all about. It's building connections and relationships with one another. That's what makes sneakers fun.
That's right. Sneakers are fun, but it's never about the shoes.
Nah,
It's
man.
about more than that. More than
Yep.
that. Appreciate it.